Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Today is, I don't know how today is going to go, and I hope this has some sort of entertainment value to you, but a few weeks back through the community tab here on YouTube, I opened up a question. I have a set of drawers which I keep all of my EDC stuff in, not all my bags, you know, I have, yeah, they're everywhere. There are 6 drawers. I think the 4th drawer is just full of just crap. Anyway, nothing particularly interesting. But I opened it up to which drawer you'd like to see. And you wanted to look in my drawers number 1. So, that's what we're going to look at today. As it happens, so each of my different drawers, number 1, I'm not going to tell you what the others are, but they all have certain things that I try to organise and keep them in them. And drawer number 1 is my knife drawer. Now this is not going to be edited. I'm going to go and grab the drawer in a minute. I'll bring it out here. We'll set up the camera, and you know we'll look what's in that drawer. I hope this is going to be entertaining, but in a series that I'm going to call "What's in Your Drawers." This is drawer number 1. Now I will go and get that, and while I'm turning the camera around, if you do find this entertaining at all, hopefully you do find it entertaining, then please feel free to hit the like and subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing, and I certainly appreciate it. If you do choose to do that to support my channel, I'd certainly like to say thank you at this point for doing that. But for now, what's in my drawers? Drawer number 1. Okay, so here we have it. This is drawer number 1 of what's in my drawers. This is my knife drawer. You would look at this and assume that this is my whole knife collection, and it probably is 90% of my knife collection. Probably 95% of my knife collection, and that's mainly because there's probably other things that I've took out of here and put into other bags. When I review things, and I certainly put things in, I forget to take them out. But you know, let's get into it, because there's probably a lot to go into. So starting here on the top. So this is one of these organisers. Absolutely love this. I'll leave a link to this here as well, so that you can see more from these. And then on the left hand side here, I just keep a little Fisher space pen. These are really good because I've got a few black knives, so it makes a really nice all black carry. But yeah, love this. I'm going to try and remember the names to everything now. I do have to admit, my memory is terrible. Yeah, it really is just bad. Normally I'd be able to prepare and know fully, you know, what's in all of here, or when I'm doing some content. So if I do struggle with some names, I really do apologise about that, especially if somebody sent me anything and I do forget a name again. I really do apologise. Yeah, I genuinely do have an incredibly bad memory, especially trying to remember names. Then here, this is something that I've not, or at least I am currently testing, but I put in here the other day because I just had to switch around a wallet, and this is from Pioneer Carry. This is one of their commuter wallets. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm putting together a piece of content where I look at lots of these. I've reviewed lots of these little kind of zipper style wallets. So yeah, this is going to be part of that piece of content. Now it is the knife drawer, but you can probably see so my sister-in-law, she bought me some Moorlander EDC pencils. I don't know what this is from, but you know, there's some extra bits from a flashlight, a USB micro USB charger. There is a Petzl's neon. Is it Petzl's? No, it's Wild Country. Sorry. A carabiner, some notes. This is one of those flippy majiggy flippy flips. You push this and it just keeps flipping. It's kind of a cool little flippy flip. Again, I just can't remember what the name of that is. There's a mobile phone holder. As I say, hopefully this is going to be some sort of entertainment. Oh, this is from KeySmart. I haven't got round to making some content on this yet, but it's another one of those key holders that has a magnetic doohickey on there. Have I just broken it? I think I've just broken it. Have I just broken it? No, it just needed there. There we go. I have just broken it. Well, KeySmart. Might have to glue that back in there for when I do the review on this. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm trying to take out all of the things that aren't knife related. These are some Gerber scissors, which I absolutely love. There might be a couple of these. Is there another? So this is a clipper lighter. Clipper do a series of metal lighters, which are really good and nice to carry as well. But unfortunately the paints come off these quite a bit. There is... I thought it was in here, it might not be in here, but there is a stainless steel version of that as well, which hasn't chipped at all and looks, you know, really nice. Now, I have noticed these, so let's take these out, mainly because there's 4 of these. These are the Ford Peasant knife, or these are the mini versions of the Peasant knife. This was the original one that I got. This is the black version. I've put some gun bluing on this. This is the one that I've owned the longest. The green version here, whenever or is it the yellow version? Whichever. So one of these knives, whenever I'm trying to make some sharpening style content, I think it is this one actually, because the end of that's absolutely battered. But I love these knives. Possibly the most simplest knife. It's also where I've really got a very strong attraction to friction folders. Here in the UK, it's still classed as a slip joint, but it does just make it a little bit safer because the extended tang is in there. But I think of all the knives, I probably own a lot of Swiss Army knives, but I think these... the Swiss Army, I keep dropping that. The Swiss Army knives are all completely different models, whereas these 4 are all still the same model. They're just different colours of them. But if you've not used one of these or seen a review for this, then definitely I'll leave a link for these as well. But absolutely love those knives. Then we have, so this is the Gerber Terminus slip joint. Recently made some content on this. There are some other Terminus or Termini, maybe, if that is the plural. Where are we? Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So we've got the Terminus XR. Is it the XR? I think it is the XR. I think yes, it is the XR, because at the time I made this, I kept calling it the ZR, like an absolute noob. Here's the other. So here is the OG Terminus. So I have these are my Terminus versions. I also had the XR Lite, but unfortunately it was the first knife that I have truly lost, which I was really gutted because that is a beautiful knife. But yeah, so there are my SOG Terminus knives. This is still UK legal as well, so it's actually a really good knife for that. So this is a Boker sleeve. The sleeve that this comes with is here we go. So when you get the Boker Barlow, this is one of the Boker Solingen knives, and it comes with this little sleeve, which is really nice. These are absolutely stunning knives, and it's my first ever Boker, which I think Boker Barlow. Why do I keep saying Boker? Anyway, sorry, this is the Barlow. This is a Barlow knife. And I think it's quite funny that being possibly the most British penknife has been made by a German company, and they've certainly made an exceptionally nice knife. So I think just goes to show that just across the sea they are helping to continue British traditions. So that is the Barlow that fits in there. Boker, where did I get Boker from? Yeah, so anyway, that's the Barlow. Oh, CVVs. So I've got a couple of CVVs now. So we've got Possibly my top non-UK legal knife is the Civivi Elementum. I fell in love with this knife as soon as I got it in my hands. Absolutely love this knife. But since then, I also have got the Civivi. I forget what this is called. Is it the Kiwi? Because it's like a Kiradashi knife. But this is a beautiful little knife. It's very kind of, you know, pocket friendly. Also UK legal. And then we also have the Stylum, which again, I think Civivi, however they make, or if they do some sort of texturizing to their, what's this called? Micarta. You get to feel the fibers of the fabric coming through the resin on the micarta, which feels really nice. So there's my 3 Civivis. What else have we got? Oh, some slice. Right, so I've got a few slice knives. We've got 1, 2, 3. There is another one in here. Here it is at the bottom. So Slice make, these are safety knives that use ceramic cutters on them, which means that, I mean, these are laser sharp, but weirdly I can rub my fingers on there, but they have like a secondary bezel that comes off at a strange angle. But what that means is that when you apply pressure to cut, it cuts like nothing I've seen before, but weirdly you can run your finger over it and it doesn't cut you. So this is a small EDC style knife that you can push them forward. There's also this one where it pops out. All of these can be changed to left hand or right hand. This one comes out and does lock into place. This one's a little bit more heavy duty. And then this one is another safety, where it's the safety feature that you pull it back, but as soon as you start to release it, it goes back in. So these are perfect for warehouse environments. There is another one. Oh, here's the other one. And this is the EDC. So this is the Slice EDC. This is super fidget friendly, mainly for the fact that it's got an assisted spring to when it comes out, and then there is a liner lock in there, so it kind of isn't legal here in the UK, but it's a very fun, nice little safety knife that you can use. So that's the Slice EDC. Now, I am being drawn at this moment in time to all of the red knives that are in here. The main reason that these knives are all here, so here in the UK we have a company called Henny Haynes, who are a beautiful collection of people from my dad's home country of Wales. Yeah, they're from South Wales, but you know, we'll let them off for that. So we have... There is the CRKT, which one's this one? Which one is it? It's the Pillar. And this is one of their exclusives, and the main reason it's exclusive because it has their G10, their red G10 scales on there. We also have the CRKT Liangmar number 5. It is the Liangmar number 5. This again is a really nice knife. I think this is one of the first knives, or first special edition ones, or exclusive edition ones from Henny that I'd bought, which is again really nice. Continuing my love for Boker. That's where I got Boker from. Anyway, so this is the Boker. This is the Tech Tool 1, because this just has the blade on there. I suppose you could say it's 2 because it has a glass breaker here on the end, but similar to maybe something like a Swiss Army knife. These are just really nice little knives, and for a period I did carry this a lot when I got into making knife content, and yeah, it's a great little knife. Then we have the Real Steel Luna. This was my first D2 knife. It is D2? Yes, it is D2. Again, this knife incredibly impressed me. Just from the ergonomics, from the size, and just how light it is as well. They managed to integrate that rear back spring, but not really add a lot of weight to it. They put a lot of that strength through the G10 scales. And then there is the Spyderco. Which one is this? Is it the Urban? I think it is the Urban. Again, I apologise, I'm terrible with names. I did make some content on the UK PK, which I don't have with me at the moment for some strange reason, but I just wasn't a fan of the UK PK. It was one of the Henny Haynes exclusives. They did send me this. This was sent to me free, but I don't know. There was just something about this one, whether it's the ergonomics, whether it was the handle, the blade's just a little bit shorter, so it's less kind of concerning when, even though it's still a UK knife. They both are UK friendly knives. I actually find that the Urban Lightweight is just a nicer knife to be able to carry. So they are my Henny Haynes knives, all red. Then, I mean, I just picked this up just purely by accident. I was picking this up. This is my favoritist, without a shadow of a doubt, UK legal knife. And this is the Who knife from Who Knives. I made some content. I've only had this now 2 months, but absolutely love this. In that piece of content, I did say that Who Knives are scaling back because of the additional costs of being able to make knives in the current climate. I'm incredibly happy to announce that from the piece of content that I'd made and other people have made and bringing attention to this knife, that Carl has been able to get additional funding so that the second version of the Who knife, it will be in production soon, and I named it the Phoenix knife, and yes, I think it truly is the Phoenix knife. But yeah, Who knife from Who Knives. I've got some other, there is another CVV. So this is the CVV, you probably noticed this is the Banter, but this is the Banter Mini. Rather than it being a wee knife Banter, it is the Civivi baby Banter. But if you weren't aware, Civivi and Wee Knives are the same company, or I suppose sister companies. This is a great knife, super fidgety. The flick on this, possibly the best flick ever. But yeah, really cool little mini knife. What was I going to say then? I was going back to SOGs, wasn't I? This is the SOG XR Ultimate, or the Ultimate Ultra XR. This knife is it's scarily sharp, but it's also scarily light. There's no additional metal within the scales or within the liners of the scales. So it's almost kind of actually, I mean, that's perfectly balanced, but incredibly light and incredibly thin. Yeah, really nice knife. I quite like the XR lock that they have on them. Now I have just noticed a couple of Opinels in here. So this is the first Opinel that I bought. I can't quite remember the number. Do they say yes? This is the number 6. I love Opinel knives. I think they're great, simple knives, similarly to the Svord Peasant knife. You know, these style knives have been round for centuries, if not millennia. But yeah, great knives. And this one has quite a bit of sentimental value to me. So while I was helping my dad to clear out some of my grandpop's stuff after he passed away, I found this knife. This is an Opinel number 8. I've restored it slightly because I wanted it to keep like it looked like my granddad's knife. So I've just sanded this back slightly. I sanded the blade back ever so slightly and just got a lot of the grime off there. But you know, this was a knife that he had for a long time, and I wanted it to keep looking like it is. But I've put a new edge on there, and it's crazy sharp. So they're my 2 Opinels. Now I'm coming down to the bottom, and I'm starting to see a lot more Swiss Army knives. So as far as Swiss Army knives are concerned, and there are probably others that I don't have here. We've got, so there's this wee red one. Is this the Mini Champ? Then we've got the Bantam. Then we've got the which one is that one? That is the Pioneer X. That is the Farmer. Then there is a Pioneer, an Electrician, I forget which this one is. Is this one the Spartan? I think that's the Spartan. And the Spartan was the one that came with... it's all the way at the bottom. The Spartan is the one that came with the that little pocket organizer when I won this as part of a competition. Yeah, great little knife. CRKTs, I think there's a few of them in here, but this is the Bonafide. This is a really, really nice knife, and it's a quick release takedown knife. So if you're in an environment where you need to be taking your knives apart to be able to clean these, really, really nice ball bearings in there, and you can just take it apart within seconds. It's all done with this little release lever here. It's back together now and is 100% structurally sound. Really, really nice knife. Unfortunately, because it's a locking knife, I can't carry it here. But again, it's still not illegal for me to own, and whenever I go out and about, maybe do a little bit of bushcrafting, I can take this with me as well. So yeah, as I mentioned, there are some things in here that aren't necessarily knives. This is a small pry bar from Rogan Tools. Mike is an absolute legend. I definitely recommend, once you finish watching this, go and check out Rogan Tools. They make some absolutely amazing tools. But really what they are tools so that if you're doing certain bushcraft activities, rather than having to use your knife to do something, you can pry with this, you can split wood with this, you can batten with this. There's maybe not this one because it's quite a small one, but yeah, there are a lot you can do with these. There should be some more. So okay, so this is the Traveller. This is another pry bar from Gdańsk EDC. This is really nice, titanium, super light. Leathermans, no, there's just the one Leatherman. Usually there's a couple of Leathermans in here, but for now there's just the one. We have the Leatherman Bond, very similar to those old style Leatherman tools, but yeah, I bought this last year. I kind of like it, I kind of don't like it. I'm not too sure, the jury's still out on this one, but it's a nice one that certainly here in the UK I can carry and not have any worry about carrying. I do notice another little tool here at the back. I really like this one. This is the Snog Snippet. Unfortunately, they've stopped making this, which is a real shame, because I find whenever I'm using multi-tools, I always get closer, or I always go for multi-tools that center around scissors rather than pliers. The scissors on these with the little sweeps around so that you can make sure and you can action this perfectly. Absolutely amazing. I really wish SOG would restart making these. They're probably not making them because they might not have sold well, mainly because people like pliers, but I like scissors. There's some dice in here. Any more dice? No, it's probably because I've got some in my pocket right now. I like to carry dice, not for playing games with, but just for playing stupid games with, like, I'm on the way home. Should I stop for a pint? And the dice say, yes, you should stop for a pint. I've now drunk 6 pints. Should I get a taxi home, or should I have another 6 pints? The dice say no, so unfortunately on that occasion, I'm going home. But yeah, it's for stupid, frivolous little decisions. Just let fate decide. I'm certainly not a fatalist, but just daft things. Should I have another Mars bar, or should I have 8? The dice say yes. So there you go. Here is my King Dick. I am a massive King Dick fan. I bought this off of eBay. I did some slight retouching to it, but these are really, really nice tools. King Dick really started, these tools were used on Spitfires. They're still used at Rolls-Royce. They're their tool manufacturer of choice, but it's just a nice little adjustable spanner that you can keep in your pocket. I think this is the 4-inch one. They do a 4-inch, they do a 3-inch, they do a 6-inch, and then they just get bigger and bigger. But yeah, this is one of the original ones that would have been yeah, kind of Spitfires and World War II. So yeah, a lot of history in these. Then we have a Boker knife. Do you know what? I've completely forgot what this is called. I think it's called the Atlas. I want to say it's called the Atlas. I think it probably is called the Atlas. But again, very nice old-fashioned style rolled metal scales to this, and has a nice Sandvik steel as well, 12C27, which I quite like Sandvik steels. I think they make some great steels. Similarly to this, now there is another one, maybe not in here, I might have put that somewhere else, and I completely forgot the name of this one. So Henny Haynes also did a similar set of these, whereas Boker don't make these. Instead, these are made by Real Steel. I'm sure these are made by Real Steel, but you can see they're a very similar knife. I want to say this is called the Windmill. Is it the Windmill? I had two. I had one called the Windmill. I think this might not be called the Windmill. If this is called the Atlas, this is called the Globe Trotter or the Globe, or something similar to that. But these are really nice. Again, really nice knives. There's another space pen in here, Fisher space pen. This is one of the brass versions. On the brass side, random key. I think that's my mum and dad's front door key. There we go. There's another little lighter in here. I like these field trench lighters. Although, there we go. So yeah, so it is lighting. So that lights. I do want to make some content on alternative kind of lighters, or just lighters as a whole. Super useful to have with you whilst you're out and about. Another knife. This is the Walther knife, and it's just shockingly bad. I've not made any content on this mainly because it just really is bad. When you hear, I mean, that's it coming out of detent. I don't even know what the detent is in there. It looks like, oh, so it's a double-sided pinch detent, but the noise that it makes is. But anyway, you can pick these up for about £10. They're not bad knives. It's 440C steel, which it's okay. I guess for the price, it's all right. I forget what it's called. It's called a PKM or the MPK or the PK something. So that's a Walther knife. Then there is the CRKT Dually. I think this is a great little knife, small, compact, but you've got the knife that's in there, but you've also got a bottle opener. I like to call these. So this is another. This is the Kershaw Pub. I think it's the Pub. I see these as very kind of, and I said this at the time when people are like, oh, that's just ridiculous, you're weird. I see these as very kind of summery barbecue knives, because they're just a little knife, perfect for opening some burgers. You've got some friends around, everybody's opening bottles of beer, and they're also reasonably inconspicuous as well. Not that something should be conspicuous, but they don't look like offensive knives. So yeah, the CRKT Dually and the Kershaw Pub. Oh, there is another Boker in here. This is the Boker Plus. Dang it, what is this? This is the Boker Plus. I want to say, I can't think what this is called. Oh, that's terrible. But it's made by, it was designed by, and hopefully I get this right, but it was designed by a Japanese knife maker. So it has a very kind of typical Japanese name. I'm not going to try and think of anything, it sounds just culturally inappropriate just for me to just reel off Japanese names. But this is a really nice little knife. The only strange thing with this is that the knife on the back side here actually pokes out maybe 0.5 millimeter past the scales. So when you run your finger along it like that, you can actually feel the knife edge, which is a little concerning, but still a very nice knife. Then there is the QSP Penguin. This has been a very popular knife, and it is a great knife, D2 steel. The bit that worries me about this is that this can be deployed even just with a flick, it will open it out and deploy it. Yeah, that bit kind of concerned me a little bit about this. You could easily open this up in your pocket, but still a very nice knife if they could just sort that out. And this has the copper micarta scales. You'll be able to see some coins. So here we have a 50p and a 20p. These have the Queen's heads on it. Obviously the Queen passed away recently. I'm a huge royalist, and may she rest in peace, and long live King Charles III. But yes, you know, these coins will be changing soon. In fact, we've got some other coins. So there's another 50p and a 20p. We also have a 2 shilling coin as well, which also has the Queen's head on it. What do we have here? So we have an older one. So here's George VI, which was the Queen's father, and that is half a crown coin. We have, so there are 2 of these. I got these from Carpe Diem coins, and these really are incredibly nice. Rather than getting the Carpe Diem, my wife thinks that I'm quite morbid and just negative, so I had to pick up the Carpe Nocturne one. And then there is also this the Viking version as well, which I love. There's Vegsvir on the back of it, and then on this side you have Odin riding his 8-legged steer, which I certainly love Norse mythology. Now, apologies about that, the camera stopped filming, but hopefully I've got everything back in there because I was looking at these 2 coins. We also have another coin. This is from Mesmo Coin. It has a small thing on the back so that you can spin it, and this is the small little leather pouch that goes into. A pen, I don't know, another knife, no, another dice, sorry, not a knife. We then have one of these little Illumi Life. This is from Night Glow Ring, so you might be able to see it, but it's one of those where you just have to shine a tiny little bit of light on it and it will stay glowing for hours and hours and hours. Some chapstick, lip mate. We have, so this is from Reaper Knives. This is a really nice Kiradashi with a single grind on there. Nice bit of jimping, ridiculously sharp, and comes with a Kydex sheath. Keep skipping this one, but this is the Big Swede from EKA. Now, I was doing some climbing a few years back, and while I was out on the crags, this knife was just there. I took it apart. I thought that I would remake it. I lost one of the screws. So they're in there, and there's an additional screw there, but unfortunately I lost one of the screws. So I'm not sure how to refinish this, but hey, do you know what? Let's put it out there. Is there anybody that would like a Swedish EKA Big Swede, and you would be able to restore this? If you'd like this, leave it in the comments below, and I'll maybe see if I can get this out to you. This is one of my first knives. So this is the Gerber blah blah blah. I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, I had this when I worked at Go Outdoors for a wee bit. It's been sharpened a lot because I had to tear up tents and things that couldn't be resold. I mean, yeah, it's rusty as hell, but yeah. So these are from Distill Union. So this is one of my favorite key organizers. You get an extra one of these, which is actually what these are here on the side as well. These are all magnetic, so to make sure that I don't lose them, I just keep them there on the side of this drawer. But your keys, I have some keys, I can't find them now, but your keys, so these have some sticky tape in there. You put your key into that and it holds your key perfectly. So if for any reason I needed to reuse one or need some more, then I've got those, but I've also got this extra little one that I can change the way in which, you know, I attach keys to it. There was a Viking one, I didn't put that back in. This is something that my daughter's bought me. It says, "Dearest father, you are the best dad there is. That's why you deserve all the happiness in the world." There you go. I probably should carry that more. This was a present from my brother. This is a climbing knife from Petzl's. This is the Sparta. It's a really nice and ridiculously sharp. So I don't carry this as much, but yeah, it's really nice. Super lightweight as well. It's designed, I did have a carabiner in here somewhere, didn't I? So you can put a carabiner through that so it goes onto your climbing equipment. I haven't actually used this whilst I've been out climbing. I'm certainly not a cut the rope kind of guy. Then we've got a, it's probably a Torque 6 because generally it's one that's used the most on knives. This was a knife, and again, this is so bad I've forgotten who made this, but they were making some knife blanks from G10, and I saw them on Instagram and I was like, dude, you should totally sell those knife blanks. They're awesome. So he made me one of the knife blanks just for me. You can really cinch it there in your hands. It's G10. It's not particularly sharp. In fact, where the grind is, there's probably a good millimeter and a half left on there. It's not even sharp at all. But every now and again, I do carry this just because it's kind of funky. It's kind of different. Nightcore lanyard. We have a Night Eyes. I think they call these the doohickeys or the thingamabobs or the whatsamajiggies. So yeah, that's that. Then so this is from Mowal. So when you get their wallets, you get one of these. So there's some instructions on the back how to put together their wallet, but you can also use this when you're making their wallets to help to get your corners just right. And then last but not least, possibly one of the oldest things that I own, this is a bottle opener from the Titanic. How cool is that? With the city, one of the cities closest to the Kingdom of the Moorlands is Stoke-on-Trent, which is where the captain of the Titanic was from. He was born there. In fact, you can visit his house and there's a plaque outside. So the brewery and Titanic Brewery and a lot of things that were sent to the Titanic were from Stoke-on-Trent. And yeah, this is a Titanic bottle opener. And there you go. That is what's in your drawers, drawer number 1. So there you go. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you have. You asked, and you have gotten. At one point the camera did turn off. I need to fix that. I think it turns off after 30 minutes of recording, but I specifically bought this because you could set on it that you don't have a maximum timer, but it still seems to do that, so I'm not really sure how I should be able to fix that. But there you go. So that is my what's in your drawer, drawer number 1. Maybe in a few months' time I will open this back out again so that we can go through the other drawers. And yeah, that's my knife drawer. I'm gonna have to put all of this back in the drawer now. It's not in any particularly nice order, it just gets dumped in there, but hey ho, it is what it is. There you go, you did ask. Now I will stop rambling because this has probably gone on for quite some time, but yeah, for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Damn! Hopefully you find that interesting. Fingers crossed. What a lovely day. Stop.